Go on.
Why do people who smoke weed not want to get up in the morning?
This is not right.
Goddamn
we get up just like you do.
Oh, no.
Don't you bring weed into this?
It's getting up and driving 160 miles.
Judgmental Jeff over here.
And then having to deal with Eric Sims, the first person.
That I understand.
How do you not reach for the pen?
Seriously.
And if anyone doesn't know, that is a Sandman in the studio. But I want to again thank Shane Douglas and Just Incredible for a great interview. Incredible. I love those guys.
Absolutely.
And let me introduce the star of the show again.
Who?
Up for sale, $5.95 an hour.
Stop.
Jimmy Farrow.
Wait a minute. What if they have a coupon?
Well, by the way, Village Connection has its own coupon magazine.
Wait a. You put me in the Village coupons. Yes. I am now part of the discounted program.
We will actually.
that's very flattering there, Jimbo.
We will actually pay for the shipping and handling.
That is. You're going to ship me.
Shipping and handling.
Yeah.
Do I get to be in a box with the styrofoam peanuts at least? Oh, that's very exciting. It's very exciting. Yeah, 12 years of college down the drain.
Our guest of honor, none other than ECW superstar, the Sandman.
Yeah.
So, guys, pot floating around the studio.
What?
What's going on?
It is not. First of all, I'm licensed, so too bad. Can't bust me. Go on.
How do you guys function on that shit?
Pennsylvania.
But how do you function on it?
I live with the pen in my hand, one of my pockets, and this thing is never far from me.
That's right.
Ever.
That's right. That's right. Sharpens your focus or dulls
No, I'll smoke pot to do something. You know what I mean?
Well, like get up in the morning. Oh, I want. Wait a minute, you smoke pot?
Not all of us reach for a box of donuts, you know. Go on. That's true.
Yeah, it's just
What a
shot.
That was a shot across my mouth.
What are you talking? Oh,
yeah. There you go.
There's a double hernia, folks. Go on.
You're fired.
I know. You sold me already. What's the difference?
No, seriously, you have to smoke pot to go cut your lawn?
Dude, to do anything.
How about to have sex? So, like, if you want to have sex with a woman?
Or want to.
Want to.
Want to. Not have to. Boy, you got us on crutches. Oh, someone give me weed. Oh, God. I don't think I can get up today. What's wrong with you?
Dumbing down of America.
Holy stereotype, Batman. Anyway.
They're invading our country. Hold on. Let me have another hit on my weed.
While I sock the guy who's invading my country.
I don't want to shoot. I don't want to shoot at the enemy because I have to smoke my weed.
They feed soldiers acid and play the Metallica. What are you talking about?
It's medicinal in so many cases.
Absolutely.
PTSD stuff. Dude, they're using ecstasy for PTSD right now.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Don't get, pot is good.
Wait a minute.
It was given to us by, anybody know who the Queen of Sheba is? If you read into the Mahabharata, right? Yeah. She gave it to us as a medicine, dude. Right. It was given to us by a god.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
Bingo. So there.
What
about
wait a minute, hold on.
Weed wagon?
Hold on,
now.
I've defended this country. I've been in many places, as you all
know.
You see me smoking weed. I'm not claiming PTSD.
You were drinking
one of those weekend dudes.
No, bro, I was not a weekend war. No. I was. You know better than that.
Wait a second. That's right. You were
know
watching
better than that.
VHS wrestling tapes overseas. That's right. I do remember. Boy, you were exciting. Yeah, go on. Have a smoke, will you? Lighten the hell up.
Listen, don't get upset because you're a pothead.
I'm not a pothead. I'm a weed dude. Anyway,
Sandman,
what is going on here?
The Pharaoh is going to.
He still owe you money, Paul Heyman?
No, that's it. We're good.
Maybe not.
No, we're good.
That's hilarious.
I owe him. I probably fucking owe him.
Oh my God!
What do you got, Mikey?
Legendary program with Raven and your son.
Oh wow!
Who came up with that angle? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I'll tell you this.
Thank you.
So we're in fucking, I think it was maybe Jim Thorpe. But wait a minute, there used to be this dude that was like a biker dude and had a gorgeous wife. I don't even know if you were at the company yet. I forget the names, of course. Home Alone movie's hot. I walk in, me and Todd drove together. Todd was in the locker room before me because it was small and I didn't like being in there. And so I walk up to Paul. Paul's sitting here. He goes, I got a great idea. I'm going to get Macaulay Culkin. And he says this to me in the middle of the locker room. He goes, we're going to get Macaulay Culkin, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. And Todd's just like smirking on his face. I'm like, Paul, why don't we use my own 5-year-old son that looks just like him? He goes, that's a great idea. That's how it started.
Wow.
The Kane. Me ended up with the Kane. Michael Fay, this kid. in Thailand, spray paints a fucking car, right? And now, it's not like, hey, go to jail for a couple months. It's like, no, dude, we're gonna beat you, and we're gonna beat you good, dude. So you're gonna learn a lesson because that's how it's done over there. So he's gonna get caned with, it was like a cherry stick with like a vine wrapped around it or something like that. But every shot draws blood, and the United States was up in arms. So I happened to, just another pure chance luck, like the meeting Bruno and shit like that. I happened to live where Paul was putting the show together. He was in Paola, I was in Broomall, I was 20 minutes away. Paulie doesn't even call me. Todd calls me and says, Paulie wants you up at the studio immediately. I roll into the studio, and he knew that I knew about world affairs and I liked politics. Everybody always knew that. He goes, you're going to start carrying a cane. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, you know the kid this and that. He goes, trust me, it's going to be hot. I said, so how are we going to get a cane? By this time, we like walked out, we're outside, we're standing under a tree. I said, well, what are we going to use as a cane? He's like, looks up at the tree, rips a branch out, pulls all the small shit off. He goes, here, use this for now.
Here's your cane.
And we actually used a piece of a tree that just happened to be a couple feet away from us. And I forget the promo that I cut or whatever, but it was great, dude. And then I knew how to get this thing. I'm like, obviously, I'm not going to the ring freaking with a stick. You know what I mean? And I had saw like a video or something of Tojo Yamamoto using one in like Memphis at some time, and I'm like, I got to go find one of those things.
Thoughts on Raven as a wrestler and where he ranks as some of the great wrestlers?
That dude is fucking brilliant.
Do you feel he's underrated? Because I think he's a little underrated.
Yeah, totally. Dude, you gotta understand, he was young, and he what was that show that was on Saturdays? He's like 18 years old and running one of Vince's fucking, he's a producer on a show and shit like that. And then when he got, I didn't know what a false finish was until me and him started working together. Then just this, dude, we used to do like literally 100 spots in a row. We'd have, me and the Meanie would do this, and then I'd do something to Rave, and then here comes Stevie for this. I'd do something to, here comes Peaches, then do something. We'd do like 3 sets of that in like a half-hour match, dude. Elaborate fucking shit, dude. It was good. Everybody had great timing. Yeah, so I would say underrated. Unless you know him, then you're like, he's a dick.
I was going to ask if you still speak with him now.
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, this guy's cool.
Tell us about your memories of when, you mentioned earlier, when Vince crossed over with Paul, the crossover promotion deal. Do you remember some stuff about that?
I don't know. You have to give me a match. You'd have to tell me like a match, and that's the only way I would know.
Well, one thing you did reveal is basically Vince had Paul from the get-go. To the fans at home, we thought it was a competition.
The only reason I found that out is because there's that the guy that's suing them up there getting a bunch of wrestlers for the head injuries or something like that. I'm like, no thanks. I want to try and get maybe the Hall of Fame someday. You hear that one?
Yeah, well,
I don't want to see you sue him. You ain't getting the Hall of Fame. That's it.
Right.
So and then I ended up like a year ago. A year ago, I asked fucking. I was talking to Sabu about it because I knew he was part of it. And then he was the one that told me, like, I'll say here, but it could have been 6 months ago or whatever it was. But he was the one that the lawyer found out that those two, that's the only reason why he could sue him for back. Because Sabu didn't do it. All his shit happened. He wasn't doing, like, the total Sabu thing in the version that we were doing up there. You know what I mean? It wasn't as crazy. But, yeah, those, I think he said 95 maybe.
Lanny Poffo was in studio. I know you have experience with Bam Bam Bigelow. Lanny was not a big fan of Bam Bam. Your relation?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? I fucking love Bam Bam. I love working with him. Never touched me. Fucking. Bam was the best, dude. And he rolled the best joints too, dude. The size of your finger.
I like him already.
Bam was great.
I like him fine. He sounds
Loved
great.
working with him, dude. He was so easy. You know, I mean, we're doing all this hardcore shit, but he was the lightest one out of all of them. The biggest, but the lightest.
How ahead of his time was he? Because now you see these big guys like the Samoa
Taylor
Joe.
through a fucking main event. He walked Lawrence Taylor through pretty much a main event like that. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty good. And, you know, that's pretty freaking good, dude. Bam is the best.
We mentioned Sabu earlier, Mike. Forgive me if I step on this a little bit, but I personally think Sabu is basically batshit crazy. Is that fair?
No, dude, he's like fucking, dude, we're all crazy.
Oh,
I mean,
well, so's the Pharaoh.
Really? But I mean,
Really?
Pharaoh's got that little bit more freaking
surprised.
like crazy, you know what I mean?
I thought he was perfectly normal.
Well, no, dude. All right, crazy is if you watch him in the barbed wire match and fucking he's gatched like an inch deep and he's like, here, give me some tape, Fonzie, and let me roll some fucking tape around it.
Yeah.
Or he does fucking, he goes to do a moonsault, there's a table laying next to me upside down, he misses me and his face hits the fucking, the top of the table's fucking foot. Right on his foot, goes back, 2 teeth missing, doesn't bat an eye about it, dude. He
taped his muscles back on.
No,
or some crap like that.
Match.
Dude, his tendons are hanging out. He's like, oh, that's no problem. Let me just Band-Aid myself and get back to what I'm doing.
He told us all about super glue. I'm pretty sure he was the first one to
So I guess by definition, that would be crazy. He super glued you?
We super
What
glued.
is
One
super-
of my buddies
Explain
playing first
this.
base in softball last year. Freaking me and Papa playing every Sunday.
Okay.
And Blick's at first base. He gets caught in the head with a line drive. He's got a nice cut. We went to the bar and super glued him right at the bar.
Nice.
Yeah, he wanted to go to the hospital. Like this. Super glued. You can't even see a scar now.
By the way, the Pharaoh
Stitches are what you say.
is a softball ringer, so you can ship me the Sandman softball game for $4.95 plus tax. You just put me in a
Wow, that $4.95's really got him
He don't
going.
look like Pap. He don't look like he can play to me.
Oh,
dude.
boy.
Oh.
Boy, he would
Party night.
You're in for a surprise, brother. Let's go play some ball. Dude, I played catcher, fast pitch in the park for 25 years, man. Oh, yeah.
How do you judge a ball player?
That soft pitch crap.
How do you know if someone's a good ball player or not?
I don't know, give me like 2 minutes out with him doing anything.
There you go. Let's go.
With
Let's
a
go to the
basketball.
park. Yeah. Oh, with a basketball. Nice.
Basketball.
There you go.
So growing up, did you play baseball?
I sucked. I couldn't hit.
Well, hitting's difficult.
Yeah, it was my worst sport.
What was your best
slow
sport?
Pitch you play or
Basketball.
fast pitch?
Basketball?
Yeah, basketball and football.
Fast pitch or slow pitch?
No, I like high arc.
Oh, that's not
I like
softball.
fucking 10 to 15. I like high arc.
Yeah, high
You know,
arc is the best.
throw
But I've
hard.
never done like the Eddie Feiner,
Yeah.
the dude doing
Yeah,
the
the swinger
65
league. Yeah,
or
no,
70
I do
or
that.
whatever.
That's
Nah,
right.
I'd probably the bat wouldn't make it off my shoulder, probably.
Really? Oh, okay.
So you transitioned to WCW. Is that like a culture shock to you at this point?
Oy.
Because you kind of go a little corporate, right?
Well, yeah, but I knew what to expect because I had buddies there. You know what I mean? I knew to expect nothing.
Right.
And dude, I'm along for the ride. They were paying me $5,000 a week for 6 months before I even worked for them. I did about 30 matches for them, and then they paid me the rest of my 3-year contract.
Wow.
I forgot to turn it off.
Who came up? What?
Yeah.
How sharp?
That's because you got to understand. That's the year they went under. They lost all
Right.
the $70 million. I just got lost in the shuffle, dude. I only worked for them for one. I signed on September 9th. Was gone like by September 11th, like the next year. Was back in ECW like October 28th. But and you're only supposed to get paid for 90 days, dude. They paid me the rest of the contract. So I'm getting paid like $4,000, $3,500 for Paulie and $5,000 for them for a year and a half or whatever it was. It was fucking great.
Who comes up with hack?
Me. That's
You
when,
came
well,
up
no,
with hack?
it's my brother.
Okay.
When I was like, playing basketball when we were kids, I ended up being Hack, dude. My kids call me Hack, dude. My parents call me Hack.
All right.
I've had that nickname since I was very, very,